Pamela Native Point.
Oh, you must not know what you just started. Me and I go naughty. Give a about this party. We gon' step on shit regardless. Get my coin and swipe that bitch and now the spirit to charge. Making moves, being on bitches, I be really march. I got hands for a hoe. I get bands for a show. He want chance after chance after chance. Nigga, no, I keep saying free love folk. Do my dance on them folks. If it's up, it's going down. Soon as I land on them folks. I'm crush. Don't follow the rules, I'm rough. No, I stand out, I'm special. I'm stand up, bitch, like shit. Oh God, you a bum ass, you west. Don't stall me, bitch, I'm petty. Line in the bitch up, I'm ready. I don't pick and choose, it's up with whoever. All my diamonds hurt, and all these members 32. Smiling in my nigga, ho, knock out all your 32. C8 doors, open up for me. Hear the engine roar, switch to sport. I got somewhere to be, little baby, I'm important.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Friday. And to everybody who is a descendant of chattel slavery, happy Juneteenth to y'all. Okay. We are here with a review, and I am not alone. Of course, y'all see the lovely Miss Struggle on the screen. Tyra, how you feeling this Juneteenth?
Feeling real black. Feeling real black, real beautiful, having a good time. Ready to talk. What a better day than to talk about Is God Is. We here, we in the house.
Yes, this is the perfect day to talk about Is God Is. I love this film. Spoiler alert. I had a lot of fun with it. I can't wait to talk about it. So we are going to get into things, but of course we're going to say what up to the people. Lucio, thank you so much for being here in the live. Shout out to you. Anakin, not Vader. You must be talking about struggle. The GOAT has returned.
Anakin. Show us some love, Anakin. I'm talking about me.
Pretty girl Danny. Happy Saturday, baby. Are you in the future?
I'm telling you, me, Danny, and I'll be here. Danny, the way I thought it was Friday the other day.
Thank you so much for being here in the live. Breeze, thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. You know. Favorite film of the year so far. Like the kids say, no cap, Is God Is my current favorite film of the year. Tyra, do you have a favorite film of the year so far? We halfway through the year.
You know, I haven't watched a lot of films. I can't even. I'm gonna just go with Is God Is, because if I can't remember it right now, it wasn't that damn great. We just gonna go with it.
Yeah, I think Bone Temple and Is God Is will be my top.
Temple.
Let's not fight. Let's not fight.
All right.
You didn't like Bone Temple?
I didn't say I ain't like it, but favorite is a stretch.
No, favorite is not a stretch. Because I mean, what has been out this year that was worth anything?
So we just giving out just donkey prizes now? Default.
Yes, happy Juneteenth, the Black Beauties. Oh no, this isn't. And you know what? We're gonna start off with that, because we're gonna talk about the struggle of Black cinema, because the way this film was barely playing near me, the way it was not playing at my local theater, the way I had to, like, it was theaters, like, it was the way this, what was this, like a limited release? Because I thought it was supposed to be like a release. They had the Amazon Studios behind this project. I don't know what happened with the distribution. So let's go ahead and get started with our discussion of Is God Is. Tyra, what that title mean?
Girl, I have no clue. And I love that. That was one of the things that drew me to the film. I was like, Is God Is. I was like, it's giving, once you watch it, and it's everything in this film is like metaphoric, a double entendre for something. So if you're seeing some feminine goddess, woman is God, black woman is God, man is God, vice versa, I think it just can go both ways. But I thought the marketing, I thought these women, I thought the way that we used the budget, because the budget was cute. I thought it was great. I thought the title was very, very meaningful, actually.
Yeah, I was very intrigued by the title. I have no idea what this title means. Is God is. I love the title. And I'm very big into titles, a book title, or album title. Like, I hate when a title is just very simple. Like, I like something, this feels different. I feel like it makes you ponder, it makes you think. But this was actually the feature film debut of Aleshea Harris, who actually adapted her play, her off-Broadway play, which I'm not really familiar with what off-Broadway means. I mean, obviously you ain't on Broadway, but I've heard the term off-Broadway, off-Broadway. Do I really technically know what it means? No, I don't.
And we don't have no money. We don't have no budget like that. We don't have no backing. Okay, this is independent.
Oh, is this like the old school Tyler Perry plays?
we not. We somewhere in between Broadway and Chitlin Circuit.
Okay,
right?
okay. I got a better understanding. But this is her feature film debut. This is her directorial debut. She has never directed film before. To my recollection, not even a short film. She started, as a writer with her stage play. And if I remember correctly, she did not direct the stage play, but she didn't want this film adaptation in anyone else's hands. And I think it was served very well to keep it in her hands. But we're going to talk about the tragic tale of Black cinema. Because why did this movie bomb? And when I say this movie bombed, y'all, it bombed. Last time I checked, and it's on streaming now, when it was I think it was in theaters for like 3 weeks. I think it came out around the time of Obsession. And if I'm not mistaken, let me pull this up so I don't say the wrong numbers. But last time I checked, the film made like $5 million. And that is abysmal, even in this day and age, for box office numbers. Abysmal. Yeah, they made $4,945,000. So I kind of rounded up to 5 million. Now, I'm not sure of the budget because I don't see that listed on the IMDb page. But from my unprofessional eye that been watching films forever, Tyra, what you I think this had to at least be a $30 million budget. At least. You know what? If we include the marketing budget, because they had a Beyonce song, that was a coin. But I'm going to say, to make this movie, I'm going to guess it was at least somewhere between 30 and 40 million. Tara, why did this film bomb? Do you think it was the marketing? Do you think it was the blackness of the film? Because it was a very black, doused in black culture type of film. Why do you think this movie bombed at the theaters?
Is it bad that I knew it would bomb before it came out?
Yes. Why did you think it would bomb before it came out?
You know why? Like,
tell the audience. I know.
Because we don't get to be here. It's only certain sectors and certain spaces, as far as, now, if this was just your local Hulu, maybe a streaming release, then it maybe would have performed moderately in that aspect. But as a theatrical release, the people were not going to go out and see this movie. For this movie to succeed, not only we, but a little bit of everyone would have had to go out and support it. Now, as far as palm-colored people, love y'all, but this may have been so much out of the norm and a little bit too based in black. And it's, as soon as they see an all-black cast, you get like, whoa, what's going on over there? You get a little anxious anyway. So this was really riding off the backs of your own coming out and supporting this film. And I knew we weren't. I put this over there in that same category where I put something like I Love Boosters. I was like, I don't know who got it to the theaters, but I love you for it. I'm glad that it got the opportunity to be there. But who's going to actually go out and watch it and support it? Some, movie like us, cinephile, movie lover, goer folks, sure. But this, I think there's a a shield over a few people's eyes when it's like, oh well, it's the Renaissance. As soon as something comes out and it's like hella successful, like a Sinners, it's like, oh, okay, y'all receptive, you're open. And just to think that Sinners had to be successful off the strength of a name like Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, tricking the audience to think that, oh yeah, it's black vampires. No, you're getting a whole history lesson, some culture conflict off of the backsplash of some vampires that you're not going to get into an hour into the film. You have to trick the eye and trick the audience to even get that. And then you have to have strong marketing, strong backing, strong leads. This was, mostly a no name or a fresh cast, in my opinion, outside of like a Vivica and a Sterling. And even those two aren't, the biggest leading draws right now. But just for what this movie is, if this was a black cast and this was an A24 production and it had the same marketing, the same themes, people would have flocked to see this. This would have been, I think so. I think if this was what's the difference between this and something like Men or Weapons, movies that are completely left in whatever they're trying to project to the audience. This isn't, your normal film as far as like horror, but this isn't horror anyway. This is more like thriller drama with more so horrific kind of aspects to it, to where you can get it if you do have a little taste for horror. I think it meets you somewhere in the middle. But this would have had to been some white tea folks. I'm sorry. I feel like it would have had to be that to cross that barrier. When you put this here and you have two black women with braids, if we not, down at the beauty shop, we ain't, chilling with the baby daddy. We ain't I got to get this money by tomorrow. We ain't trying to come up with the rent money by Friday. It's not, to a comedic beat. It's not something that's super familiar. No, this is like symbolic of different, like gender, some type of gender norms, like social constructs of, what God can represent in certain narratives and situation. Kind of, it's this very like anti-feel. This was not going to go, but this is not too far from all of the other A24-ish elevated horror type situations or elevated themes and thrillers that we've seen come down the pipeline for like the past 5 years now. But it had these two women on it. It had a black cast, black leads. It has a black female director. People were not going to see this film, and I already knew they weren't going to see it. I was just happy that we got to see it and it got the opportunity to have a widespread release, if anything.
Dane, thank you so much for the support. Hey, Tyra, Nikki, where have you been? I'm here. Dane with the $5 super chat. This the year of small filmmakers obsession, back rooms. It was good. Hated the ending. It had a Tales from the Hood feel to it.
Why?
Very interesting. You said Tales from the Hood feel to it. I didn't get Tales from the Hood at all. Did you get Tales from the Hood, Tyra?
Girl, we don't listen to Dane. No. No.
But I did see, where was it? Somebody said, here we go. The budget for the film was $14.8 million. I am so shocked by that because I feel like when you have because the budget is everything. It's paying everybody. Vivica, Sterling K. Brown, how you pronounce
those are our name? Girl, I don't know. That's bubblegum.
Malachi?
I always think it's Malachi, but then I don't say it because I think I'm saying it wrong. But that cast, when you get into Vivica, like these are people that are beloved, in our spaces. They're well known, but as far as like who's gonna flock, like is that Vivica? And then just via the marketing and the scarification from the burns, you wouldn't know that was Vivica unless you really looked. And I didn't even know until actually watching it. I was like, is that Sterling K. Brown? I didn't even know Sterling was here. I didn't know. I was like, oh, okay, that's good. But it would have had to be a really big name attached and then some for people to go, oh, I need to go see that.
Yeah, I feel like when I first heard about this film, of course, I didn't watch the trailer until after I saw the movie. I always say that I don't watch trailers, but I saw a lot of promotion for the film. I saw the filmmaker. She was out on a whole promo tour with the cast. Of course, we have two unknowns, but I don't know. I feel like you, Tyra, kind of like I knew. Now, I didn't know the movie was going to bomb the way it did. Come on now, Tyra. Even for this type of barely hitting 5 million, that is abysmal. That is crazy.
I was not surprised.
I was not.
I would have loved for this to be like a sleeper hit or, you know, one of those situations. But I just knew, I was like, man, like, and I hate that. I don't like to misjudge or read or wish some impending doom on a film. But I was like, oh, I'm so glad that, you know, I was surprised to see it marketed and that it was going to be released in theaters. But like success, if it was, I was going to be happy, but I didn't guarantee it to have any, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like, I guess when I think about, I always feel like I kind of reflect me on the audience, people like me, people like you. And, you know, as like film fans, you know, movie buffs, whatever you want to call it, people call themselves cinephiles. This movie, to me, has every single thing that people say they're looking for. How many times in every single solitary year do people say, oh, we're so sick of remakes, reboots, requels, sequels? Where's all the original ideas? Hollywood is out of ideas. Now, y'all know I don't subscribe to that. I feel like if you are a person who says there are no original films, you're just not watching films. Like, there are original films every single solitary year of my life, and I'm 40 years old. But I do subscribe that the mainstream box office movies are typically not those things a lot of times. But really, as a horror fan, the commercial or mainstream horror, the top 10 box office horror, it is original ideas. Like, we absolutely get that. But I feel like this is an original idea, a new filmmaker, a Black filmmaker, a female filmmaker. And what's something else that audiences always say? Why do we have to see the same 5 actors recycled in every movie? Y'all keep hiring the same actors. Y'all don't break any new talent. Where's the new talent? We got new talent. I've never seen these 2 girls a day in my life. And I watch a lot of shit. I've never seen these girls. Usually I'll see an actor and they're familiar to me. I'm like, oh, I know them. I don't know these. I've never seen them. Mm-hmm. Have you seen them, Tyra?
No, and they were great.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, the movie has and then the only thing I knew about, and I know I'm kind of, just based on me not watching trailers, I knew it was revenge. The way the filmmaker talked about it, I knew it was going to be something very different. But then even seeing the trailer, I don't know why the trailer didn't sell people. You got revenge. Who doesn't love a revenge tale? Revenge movies usually do really well.
You know what I thought when I saw the trailer? Because, you know, I'm a fan. I was like, this is a Black woman who is clearly a student of Quentin Tarantino, and she's making it her own. And she has her ideas, but she also has her own identity within this. And it's going to be really good. That's the first thing. I was like, oh, we're revenge. We're Kill Bill. We're Kill Billin'. Like, I was here for it. Then you got Black Mamba over there with Benita Green. You got Vivica here. I was like, I see it. I like that she's clearly a student of all of these, you know, maybe great directors to some, but she also is up and coming and has her own identity with what she wants to do with the revenge plot. I was here for it. I saw it.
Yeah. And I was also surprised to hear that the budget is less than 15 million, because not only, I guess I'm overinflating the paycheck that I think of Vivica, and even not even a Vivica or Sterling, but when you get somebody like Malachi, sorry buddy if that's not your name, but that's how it looks like it's spelled. But you get Bubba Gump, like, he is a known character actor. Now, he's not a celebrity actor, but he has consistently been working in very good projects my whole life. I guess I overinflate the paycheck I think they pull. But outside of that, the special effects or the practical effects, the blood, having to put those burn scars all over 3 actresses, I guess I'm like, who the hell did y'all pay? Because I guess I thought that would be quite a check for something like this. But let's get into the plot and overall thoughts. I think it's just tragic. I think, I don't know why we're still in a world where, like, Black people have to show up a certain way in film. Like, we have to be telling a certain, like, a 12 Years a Slave gonna break box office records. But Is God Is gonna barely pull in 5 million. That is crazy to me. And I do agree with Tyra. I feel like if you repackage this and put white people in it, and it's a white daddy and a white mama that got burned and 2 little white twins, I think it would have did much better. I agree with Tyra. Maybe I'm jaded, but I because there's nothing wrong with the material. And I personally didn't see anything wrong with the marketing. Was it the most like savvy original marketing? No, but it pulled me in. I thought it was. I cannot fathom why the movie would make barely $5 million. Like, I wonder if y'all really gather how few ticket sales that was. 5 million. But so let's get into plot and overall thoughts. Is God Is pretty much a revenge tale about these 2 sisters who were badly burned as a child by their abusive father, who went to burn and attempt to murder his wife. And their mother sends them on a mission to kill their daddy, make your daddy dead, real dead. My overall thoughts, like I said, I actually really enjoyed this film. Now, I'll be honest, the first half, I thought it was done well, but it wasn't personally my taste. I feel like it feels a little bit out of the realm of reality, which feels very intentional. It feels a bit comedic to me, especially when we get to Erica Alexander at her church. You ain't shit, devil. It kind of like took me aback. But once we get, I would say, kind of to the midpoint through to the end, it started feeling more grounded in reality. When they go on this trip of revenge, we come across different people. The first people we come across, the ex-girlfriend, the illegitimate son, the lawyer, they didn't feel like real people. They were characters that felt like characters, right? But once we get to that midpoint and then we meet the new wife and the son, that's when we start getting kind of grounded to me. And I felt like, okay, these feel like real people. But I thought this was so good. I was blown away, and I really, really loved the end. I love everything the movie touched on, which we'll get into, just like thematically. I feel like we do not see that in film, like really covered. What were your overall thoughts, Tyra?
I loved how all over the place this was. You can really lose me with a bunch of tonal shifts, and it's comedic, and it's a little bit horrific, and then it's giving thriller, then it's serious, then it's unserious, then you're laughing. I thought it did really, really well. I like how Black this was. Like certain things here can be a testament to, well, you know, they're twins and they have that twin thinking. Like, I know what you're thinking without even saying. They have that little like Black telepathy. We all do that. We all kind of do that. I thought everything came across just fine. I didn't have, you ain't shit, devil. I ain't have no problems with Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. Okay,
smacking on them ribs, Tyra. In the all white.
I loved it. I loved all of it because this is so over the top and eccentric. There was never a moment of this being grounded for me. I didn't know we were supposed to be looking for anything to be grounded. I thought that we were supposed to be hiding on this mission of revenge and that we were going to, like, in each post meet this collection of absurd characters until we met our big bad. Like, I didn't feel like this needed reasoning or to be grounded. It was just supposed to be within the themes of what God represents and the sense of this vengeance and who we're really doing it for. Baby, they had me at Miss Mama's here carrying around, baby, if this not testicles, if this not a ball sack, I don't know what it is. Am I lost? Are those not balls in her hand? I thought that we were walking around getting our vengeance with manhood. I thought she was walking around slapping people with sacks. That was me. That was me. The rocks are locking the sack. It gave scrotum to me. Is it not? I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I got so much like interpreted from certain things. The main thing I look for in a film while we're talking about like, oh, plot overall, that's great. I always think about rewatchability. Would I watch this movie again? I absolutely would. I have watched this movie 3 times now, and each and every time I take away something different. I love a viewing experience that can get you like that. This was not a one and done for me. And I can't say that about a whole bunch of films that we're watching. I didn't have a problem with any of the themes. The acting was on point. I felt like we came to a good conclusion and point. Did I want to go over there and visit Vivica A one more time? I did, but maybe we have time for that. other than that, I was here for it.
You know what? I agree with you. I'm excited to watch this again. And this definitely feels like one of those things where I always advise people to go into movies blind, because I do think that's how you get your best viewing experience, especially because in this day and age, so much is given away in a trailer. But it is a downside to where you kind of don't know what you're coming into. And I feel like I agree with you. Based on the trailer, baby, we was in no semblance of grounded in reality. But coming in blind, I don't know. I guess I just expected that, especially hearing the director kind of talk about like thematically what the movie was about. So I think that just kind of threw me off when I was like, when they like in sync lighting cigarettes for Vivica, and I'm just kind of like, wait a minute, like what are we doing? I feel like I just kind of was thrust in and I didn't really realize. But I feel like on rewatch, it's definitely something to rewatch. It's definitely one of those things, like how you said with her and the scrotum child. It's a lot that
like,
feels
David and Goliath, y'all. I don't care. I got their reference. I got it like immediately. I was like, okay, I see it. I felt like the more ass she whooped, the more it looked like a whole scrotum to me.
I agree. But that's the thing with rewatchability. Not only is it just fun to rewatch, it's something enjoyable to sit through. I feel like you get so much symbolism, like everything kind of represents something. And that's something I really loved about this. Is it's one of those films where everything feels intentional. I kind of don't like a filmmaker that just does something because, oh, that'll look cool. Like I remember Zach Krager's talking about weapons and being like, yeah, that machine gun floating, that ain't mean shit. Me personally, I don't like that. I like to feel like everything, there's an attention to detail, everything means something. And that this feels like the type of film where everything means something.
Oh Lord. No,
and I find this really interesting. I think that's it. It's not a real Black story of people trying to kill their own father. That seems foreign to Black people. I gotta highly disagree. I feel like that's why I connected with this film so much, because it felt like, I know I'm not the only Black person who was raised with your mama saying what happens in this house stays in this house. Like that is a big thing with Black folk. Like you don't air your dirty laundry. You don't put the business in the streets. This to me felt like bringing everything to the forefront that we never bring to the forefront. For me, I feel like this was so much with generational trauma. The girl, one twin and her dad being very similar. It was just so much here, so much layered. The abuse from the dad that I feel like absolutely goes on in the Black. Like nothing about this is not a Black story in my personal opinion. I mean, I've been Black my whole life. 2 Black parents, 4 Black grandparents Black.
I thought it was Black as hell. I don't know what wasn't Black about it. I think just because it's wrapped differently in its presentation. But baby, if Sterling K. Brown ain't Johnny Appleseed moving through these streets, leaving baby mamas and broken homes and kids behind, like it's the more so wicked, you know, the things that we don't want to talk about portions in the Black community. But it is very, baby, this is all generational curses. As much as Ray here didn't want to, you know, take after that father, as much as she hated him, she had the most traits of him. Like everything is like laced through this character. Each and every one of them is just presented differently. So you're like trained to go, oh, this isn't a Black story. If this isn't a Black story, then what is? Like, what makes it not a Black story? Now, I could see via the marketing and just the themes here, a lot of people maybe certain communities felt like this was the He-Man Woman Haters Club movie. They said they hate man, they hate Black men, they hate. If you watch this and all you got was a hatred for Black men and they want young Black girls to go kill their Black fathers and it's just anti-male, then you saw something else, which is fine. But along with that, there's so many other things going on here. If this was just an anti-F all men rhetoric type of film, I would definitely recognize it and call it out for that. I feel like it was so much other stuff going on here.
I completely agree. And even it's just so, we don't get into all the things, but there's just so much layered in here that I feel like just really speaks to the Black community. For example, Eric Alexander with the church. All that shenanigans going on in there, even though it was a little, you know, outlandish, but it was very pertinent. The fact that she is upholding the abuser and villainizing the victims, baby, don't. Come on now.
What I don't see is how we can't see you ain't shit, devil. We can't see, you know, Erica Alexander's rendition and what she's trying to mock, But if Drewski and his red bottoms and his skit gives you the same thing about like a false prophet of what we're trying to sell, it's funny and we get it and it's black. It's just different. It's the same thing.
I completely agree, Tyra. I completely agree. Raised in a Southern Black Baptist family, y'all can't tell me that, baby. Don't tell me this one blackity black. I don't know what that comment was talking about. But let's get into the characters, because of course one of the big draws of a film is characters. If the audience ain't connected with the characters, if we don't know the characters' goal, if we ain't here for the characters, we kind of ain't really here for the story, in my personal opinion. And let's get into the characters. Let's get into some arts. Let's get into some believability of the characters, which I kind of touched on. Up in the left corner, we have the lawyer. The lawyer got his tongue cut out, so he couldn't say nothing to nobody, which ain't make sense to me, because, baby, they could still depose you. You could write. Of course, we have the black church shenanigans with Erica. Why they keep putting my girl Erica in these bad wigs? They did it to her and Get Out. Y'all could have took that $15 million budget and got, baby, a $50 wig instead of a $20 wig. I don't know why we did this to her in this wig. We have the twin brothers. We have the twin sisters, of course, the main characters. I feel like all of these characters, for the most part, were fun. Nobody was boring. Nobody was drab. And I feel like all the characters were kind of pertinent. Nobody could just be thrown away. We have the girls going on this trip to find their father. They don't know where their father is. So they're kind of going down through different people to get to the dad. So all of the characters feel very pertinent. Of course, the only people that are really supposed to have a character arc are the twins that we follow. And I'll get more into the twins on the next slide. But I found it very interesting that daddy like Tyra touched on, baby, he was dropping babies in every state. You hear me? Dropping babies in every state, but had an air of respectability about him. That was just so hilarious. Tyra, how did you feel about the characters, and who was your favorite?
My favorite?
Well, our side characters, so we're going to get into God and the devil later.
Probably Janelle Monáe's character.
Really?
Yeah. I really, not you about to walk away. I really like what she was supposed to represent and how it flipped, like, before she met her tragic end child. I thought she represented so much in the span of, like, literally 5 minutes. I love when you can do something quick. Like, every single character here maybe got, a 5 to 15 minute segment, but I feel like she got the shortest one and she did the most with it. I enjoyed Janelle's little brief arc. I did.
Now, I will say I love what Janelle Monáe represented. And that's something else when we was talking about earlier, like, how can this not be a black story? The fact that because she's well-to-do and she's privileged and she's upper class, we both getting our ass beat by the same man, but she looks down on the ghetto mama. You know what I mean? Like, that's so layered. It's so much with her character. But baby, y'all know I done got on this channel, and I hate to do this on Juneteenth to my brothers and sisters. I really do. No, I don't. Janelle Monáe can't act. Ow! You gotta tell the truth and shame the devil. Common can't act. Janelle Monáe can't act.
Why Common catch a stray on Juneteenth?
Because I need y'all to stop casting them. She is so stiff. She's unbelievable. When she was like, "You're alive?" Come on, baby. Come, babe, Tyra, please.
You didn't say nothing about acting capabilities. You said arc, okay? You said whose character's arc was my favorite. That was mine. You didn't say nothing about acting capability.
Y'all know. Okay.
You wrong.
Now, we touched on the title is God Is. And as the sisters are at the top of the movie, they think their mother is dead. They've gone through foster homes. Suddenly they get a letter from their mother. The letter is only addressed to one twin. The twins are referred to as the shy one. We got the real gangsta bop one. It's only addressed to the gangsta bop twin, not the sensitive twin. And the mom says, "Oh, it's because I know you sensitive," when they finally meet her. But when they go to meet the mom, they dress real weird. They dress like the little kids who was jumping rope in Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know what was going on with how they was dressed, but the one sister goes to say, "Oh, we finna meet God." God, she made us, didn't she? So they refer to the maternal figure as God. And it ponders the question, if the mom is God, is the dad supposed to be the devil? Now, I will say my favorite character in the movie had to be the dad. It was Sterling K. Brown. I loved his performance. It felt like a restrained, quiet type of evil, and that felt very true to life to me. I feel like evil isn't always over the top, in your face. Like, he presented very, very, very demure, very, very calm, very soft spoken, like a quiet storm, and I just loved it. And also, I've seen Sterling K. Brown 50, 1,100,000 times. And I've seen him play a villain sometimes, like that really terrible Predator movie. But I've never seen him be truly like vile and evil. Me personally, I haven't. He gives me jolly Negro. You know, even when he playing a bad guy, he gives safe Negro. And y'all know what that means, if you know what that means. But I love seeing an actor in a way, in a light that I don't normally see them. I don't normally see him. I genuinely felt like, you know what, I'd be scared of this nigga. I'd be a little scared of him. That's how I felt. Tyra, was the dad supposed to represent the devil? And did you believe his version of how the twins were burned?
Hell no. This was absolutely supposed to represent the devil, mankind, like overall. I love Sterling K. Brown here. They have worked overtime to try to just make him the safe black. And Sterling will go over here in these indie streets real quick and do a waves, do a honk for Jesus, do one of these numbers to let you know, don't try to box me in. I know we watched This Is Us, and I was real safe over there on them ABC networks and whatnot. But I have range, and I can act, and I can do more. I love that he, opens himself up to this, because you wouldn't look and think like he's so happy. You always see him, with his wife, and it's like, look at that happy black man. Look at that brother. God bless you, brother. Like, I just love to see him and his wife coming, and him in every role, and just all the opportunity he seems to get as an actor. But like, don't get it twisted. I'm here in all different ranges. I enjoyed it, and I think he was the perfect person to be here, because he would be the unassuming devil in disguise. Like, I'm just, the husband, as to how you can do these heinous things but go from one woman to the next and she still falls for your charms. When I was like, you really ain't that charming. You're really creepy as hell. You're really scaring the mess out of me. Like, it's a lot. And it's like, he's not going to these women. For the most part, we're lying, but we're clothing it in certain truths. But this man is exactly who he is in every single instance, in every single relationship. And even when it like comes down to the nitty gritty and you're faced with your own daughter and what you did, what she had endured at your hands, she still believes you, because you're just that convinced. I said, man, get this nigga out of here. Get him out of here. It's the devil. Get him out of here. I thought it was good. I wish we had more time with Vivica. Like, put some respect on Vivica name. Put some respect on Vivica name. I really hated to get into the marketing and whatever of this film. And it's like, oh, that's Vivica. Like, oh, Vivica's here, and Vivica's age, Vivica's this, that, and the third. And we're not talking enough about her acting capability, or what she's been able to do and the longevity that she's been able to have. I think she did a really great job with what she with the time limit, because we don't get a whole lot of time with her. Even the way that we use the writing when the girls first get the letter, and it's like, it's only addressed to one twin. I think it was very clear, if you're watching, like, girl, you didn't give a damn. You didn't give a damn, like, against her better intuition. Once this tragedy happens to her and it affects her girls, it takes the mother down just a dark path to where we grown as hell, ain't seen you, ain't heard from you. And she's pedalized immediately, because not only are you a woman, but you're God, because you're not the one who did this to us. So that automatically makes you the better parent and the better person. She's like, immediately, like, oh, mama, our mom, we have a mom. I like the dimension that she gives the twins, because one sees her as something else. But as they say, like, we're twins. When where one goes, the other one is going to follow. When you can clearly see that our twin, who's more inflicted with the burns, like, she's peeking it, like, girl, my name is spelled wrong on the door. Like, she they didn't even make sure my name was spelled right on the sign. Or even when they do get there, and it's like she can tell for whatever reason that, oh, she's carrying a child, but that's not going to do anything for my agenda and what I really want you here for. She's not considering them, their well-being, or this, supposed baby that she has on the way. Just go and do what I can. I really could give a damn what happens to you because of it. Like, but she's God because you're not the devil, you're not dad. I thought it was good. And I like them dressed like little House on the Prairie girls. I thought they like really immediately dropped back into their adolescence. Like, oh, we're going to see our mom. Like, y'all going to see a stranger who has been through a lot, and she's a victim. She's not a god, but she's going to represent God because, especially for was it Raina? She gives her the right of way to carry out an ambition that she's clearly wanted to do to anybody. Period. Before we even got, go do this to your dad, she had been mad.
Yeah, that's what I find very interesting too, is it's such a nuance. And that's why I agree with you. This can't just be boiled down to, oh, they just hate the dad and this is a man hate dad hate movie. The mom effed up. First of all, you abandoned your kids, whatever the rationale, because she says, like, who wants to have a mom who's all, disabled and look crazy? But baby, your girls are also, burned and have scarring, and maybe they could have benefited from seeing you, carry on with your scars. And also the fact that, I mean, I know it's a movie, okay? And the movie got a movie. But baby, what mama is sending her kid, especially when you yourself say, oh baby, you sensitive. That's why I ain't addressing it. Who's sending their kids to go after the sociopathic daddy? The lawyer, when the lawyer says this man crazy, y'all better go find a trade. Y'all better go to school. Y'all better go pick up, needlework. That's what the mama should say, stay the hell away from him. So I find all of that really, 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 really interesting. It's very layered that the mom, who could have been the greatest mom in the world, we see that he was abusive. She left him. She would take care of her girls. But ultimately, that trauma changes her, and it puts such a darkness in her. She passes that trauma on to her kids. Because you abandoned your kids. You pop up just to say, go kill your daddy. Bitch, you kill him. Like, go hide. That's what men are for.
I didn't like how she used her scars as a vice to push the girls, because they was like, what? And then it was like, do you see what he did to me? Well, yeah, we maybe more so less, but we've been inflicted and challenged in the same way. And you're not considering us, what we've experienced, the group homes, the foster care, the anything. Just go do my bidding because I'm God, I'm your mom, and I said so.
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, the dad is obviously manipulative. The first thing I thought when he was talking to that old dumbass twin was when the mom said, men like him know how to be tender. And I'm like, girl, anybody that can be abusive, they know how to, they ain't gonna be abusive on the first date. You think he gonna smack you in the face on day one? No, they know how to reel you in. They know how to be sweet. They know how to show a soft side. They know how to be charismatic. And I'm like, girl, and she's just sitting there lapping it up. That was the first thing I thought. He was being manipulative, but the mom was manipulative as well. Like you said, She uses what he did to her. She uses her scarring to get her kids to go on this mission. That's not a good parent. That's not good parenting. And I will say, on Beyonce's internet, okay, in the year of our Lord and Savior, Beyonce, we are going to put some respect on Vivica A motherfucking Fox name, okay? We gonna put, when Vivica said, I counted all that money by hand for you.
Nikki, please.
When Vivica was over there fighting Halle Berry for her man in that movie.
Why do fools fall in love? Yes.
We ain't finna act like Vivica A. Fox shouldn't have played the bride in Kill Bill, and I'm gonna leave. Okay, I'm not finna argue with y'all. She should have played the bride. I don't care. We're not finna act like Vivica Fox ain't Vivica Fox. But quick sidebar: why did Vivica Fox? Because I love her, she's an icon, but we gotta be honest. She ain't been doing nothing but Lifetime movies for the last 20 years. Why did Vivica Fox's career fall off? I feel like Vivica Fox was hot. Like, she was popping. I personally feel like Vivica Fox is literally, look, y'all say I be jumping off a cliff, but I'm about to jump. Vivica Fox is one of the most talented actresses, period, bar none. Like, she is up there talent wise, maybe not career wise, but talent wise, baby. I was gonna burn the bank down myself for Vivica. Like, I believed her in everything she do. What happened? I feel like she has not had.
What happened? You know what happens. You know what Hollywood does. I think that, first of all, I think Lifetime gets a bad rap. If you have not noticed, a lot of the Lifetime spaces, the Tubi spaces, have been home to a lot of our.
Oh, I don't disrespect Tubi.
They are going over there because that's where the check. First of all, that's where the money resides, and that's where I'm sought after. It's like go where you're celebrated. I don't want to be in Hollywood competing, being discounted because they are pretending like you're not supposed to age or you're not supposed to gain weight or she's supposed to show up here looking like Frankie finna blow up the bank right now in 2026, and that's just not how it works. So if you have to go over there where you're not only going to be celebrated, but you might get paid handsomely more than you would for your everyday little, local acting role from a major, network or whatever. Baby, go over there and get the baby. We get Lifetime movies. Vivica gonna sell her dresses. She gonna sell her wigs. She gonna sell her lashes. Vivica said accounts, checks and balances, different streams of revenue. I'm here for everything Vivica's doing. And Vivica, as soon as, remember that little point in time where Taraji was down there crying on Oprah's shoulders, talking about she wasn't getting paid and she was being mistreated. It ain't nobody. And she was like, right. They were like, Vivica, what do you say, baby? We don't live the same life. Much respect to Miss Taraji P. Henson, but I always got my money up front. I always get my check at the bank. Okay. We don't live the same life, Taraji. I'm all right. What you want me to get up in arms about something that I haven't experienced? I'm good. I always make sure that my T's were crossed. Vivica is fine if you ask me.
You know what? I can't breathe. Cause why you brought that up?
What? You open the door. We're gonna go over there. We Lifetime and Tubi, okay?
I love Vivica Fox, and I do find the comments about how she's aged very disgusting. But I feel like first of all, she looks beautiful, but her talent to me is like bigger than her looks. Like, she is so, it just pisses me off. She's so freaking talented. Mm-hmm. Trick King, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Merry Juneteenth to all the descendants of chattel slavery. If you got 2 black parents and 4 black grandparents, shout out to you.
Y'all send me 40 acres and a mule in the chat. Send back roll the thug.
If you white, you got to give money to black folk today. It's the law. It's a federal statute.
You two gonna cut the string, don't even.
Now look, we're not gonna disrespect Tubi. We don't disrespect Tubi. Tubi do a lot for independent black creators. And Tubi has the best horror catalog over there. Like, all them, it was a movie I've been looking for since I was like 9 years old. Never could find it, baby. It was on Tubi. We ain't gonna slander Tubi now.
It's gonna be on Tubi. Y'all be on the lookout for Tay Diggs. He's playing the Stepfather Part 7.
Oh hell.
Some coming out on Tubi. It's Stepfather, but with Tay Diggs. It's starring Tay Diggs and Tamar Braxton. It's coming to a theater near you. Be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be on Tubi.
Tamar who?
Tamar. It's only one Tamar, child.
Child who? What the hell? Since when does she act?
Look here. I'm just gonna watch it. Okay, it's guilty pleasure. The same way I go over there and watch them stepmother movies with Erica Mena in their vein popping out of her forehead. I'm gonna go over there and watch them little raggedy ass Chris Stokes movies. I'm going over there personally.
You know what? I can't. So to cap off our character section, of course, we have to get into our 2 lead characters, the twins, Kara Young, Mallori Johnson playing Anaya and Racine. And okay, I might be a little, my mama had me on Similac. I didn't get breast milk. That's what's good for the brain. So some might not be right for me upstairs, but these was the most untwin-like twins I've ever seen in my life. The girl twins and the boy twins. How you got a tall twin and a short twin? How you got a light skinned twin and a dark skin and a brown dark skin? I thought twins meant one egg split. That's identical twins.
Fraternal.
And then you have fraternal twins. But they said when they got into an argument in the car, the two sisters said, we come from the same cell. Don't that mean identical twin?
Look here, you suspend disbelief. You asking too many questions. We ain't worried about that. The blonde braids made them identical. That's all that matters. Okay, that's it.
So I guess if me and you get some blonde braids, we could play twins.
Twinning. We are.
Pretty girl Danny, thank you so much for the super chat. Racine had all the sense, even if she decided to part with her morals from time to time. Anaya was slow and we ain't had time. Baby, when I tell you that twin got on my last nerves. Baby, that twin, I wanted to smack her in her face throughout the whole
movie. Hating on Anaya? What? Leave her alone. Anaya had a lot of Anaya is the one with the more severe burns, right?
Yes,
Anaya was fine. What y'all mad at Anaya
for? No. Anaya was denied oxygen when she was in the womb. Something went right with Anaya. Because, girl, first of all, fool me once, shame on you. She fall for the okie doke by the twin brother. Then she turn around and fall for the okie doke by the dad. Girl, get out of here.
It's symbolic.
I'm killing niggas because they calling you ugly, and this how you want to act?
And where did that get us? Huh? Burnt and dead. Okay.
He got a sweet vengeance.
Oh God.
Okay. But I thought these were really good lead characters. Of course, they were two sides to a coin. Of course, you know, Gangsta Boo was my favorite. She said, "I do the killing, baby. You just drive." But I will say, personally, it was kind of lacking for me with the characters in the sense of not every story is different. Some stories, your character changes who they start off as, they change by the end. And some stories, your character doesn't change, but the circumstances change. The characters stayed the same, baby. They ain't learned no lesson. They pretty much stayed the same. Baby gonna still be dumb and get the okie doke. But what really pissed me off with the characters was the end of the movie, the ending of the story for the characters. First of all, Lil Slow Baby ends up being the only surviving twin, and we end the movie with her and her baby. A baby she had by a man who only hit it from the back because he don't want to look at her face. Is that supposed to be a happy ending for her? Like, I'm so confused. To me, it was framed like this post, she coming up out the ashes like a phoenix. Baby, where your baby daddy? And did he make you cover your face with a Halloween mask when you gave birth? Like, I don't like how we framed that ending. And then my Gangsta Boo twin, she deserved to ride out into the sunset. But I'm perfectly fine with her dying in the end because I felt like the writing was on the wall. We get told, you know, they said something about when you go for blood, be careful what blood spills, something along those lines. Mm-hmm. And you know, they always say when you dig one grave, dig two. We all know the age-old adages of vengeance, but I don't like how it was done in the story. It felt like a very blink and you'll miss it, last, like, kind of side thought. They burned the father in the end in a tub, and they must have cheated the scene when they filmed it. Baby was not that close to the tub. Next thing you know, and first of all, he done burned, he done screamed. It's silent. I don't know who takes a pause when they burning to death, but it was silent. Next thing we know, he yanks baby into the fire. First of all, twin, where you was at? You could have. We got burned before. You could have pulled my ass up out the fire instead of letting me just lay down there and die. But I just felt like it made no sense. How the hell was the daddy screaming and burning alive? Then he got quiet. So what was he doing? I didn't like it. Tyra, what was your thoughts on the twins and their ending?
I liked the twins, and I liked Anaya. Ray was, first of all, Ray and all of her testosterone needed to go sit down, go have several seats. Ray was mad from the moment that we met her. I like the idea that she was the least inflicted of the two, and you had Anaya feeling like, you know, so she said, I let him hit it from the back. Yes, I do. Some of us have to make sacrifices. Everybody doesn't have men, gentlemen callers and whatnot beating down their door. I kind of have to take what I can get. But she was the one who had the most rage. She was so mad. She was mad before Mama sent that letter, before we got that mission from God. there was always this agenda. Like it was very hurt people wanting to hurt people. She was the most that was affected by her father, his personality traits, and you even have Bubba Gump calling her out on. It's like, yeah, you got that vengeful look about yourself. You have that in your eye. And even when we're going through the motions of what are we going to do when we get there, you're a little too hype. You're real excited to go kill somebody. Sis, like, just hold on. Are you thinking about what this is going to do to you? What this is going to do to me? Prior to this, we ain't been just walking the boulevards catching bodies. Like, this is a lot, and you're taking it so light, and it's not even your own mission. It's off the backs of a mother that we don't even know. But there was this darkness in Twin before we even got here. But she says, like, oh, well, we could get a gun, or what if we push him off of a building? Like, he's like, well, what happens if he takes you down with him? Well, we ain't even thinking about that. Like, just you just being a punk. Every single moment that Anaya tried to speak a little truth to power, well, sister, you might catch more, bees with honey. Well, maybe we should think about this. Well, how about we, like, shut up? Oh, you being a punk? Like, if that man jumped out of her one more time and she called Anaya a raging biatch punk, Pussy. Say, girl, please. I'm trying to be the audience. I'm trying to think and be rational. She just felt like, oh, God gave us the right of way. She said anybody that's in adjacent to dad can get it. Everybody can die. Everything that he stands for can just burn down. So that means we can go on a spree and just take out everybody. Everybody with Ray's agenda was just a casualty. I don't care. If you're here on my way to get to this man, you're just dead. And I have the right to do so because I'm mad and I'm hurt because of what he did. I was like, we coming for one man. Why everybody else got to catch a stray? Now, we want to slap Bubba Gump because he withholding, state secrets. Fine. Because I need you to give up that information. When we got over there, with Maxine Shaw attorney at law, and it was like, yeah, just tell him I held on to my promise. I'm still waiting him a white dress, waiting for him to marry me. She said, baby, what exactly did he leave you? When I was pregnant. She said, what the hell? She said, oh, you laid that dick. She said, oh, you're crazy. I'm getting the hell out of here. Because you're out of your mind. You're still keeping this man on a pedestal. I like what all of the women were supposed to represent. It's like you were leaving one tragedy and leading into another. And you would expect, especially when we get to Janelle Monáe, like women to have a certain standard and band together and have some type of sense of sisterhood. If you did this to one, you'll do this to the other. But a lot of these women were well aware of what he was coming from, even though he tried to paint it as, oh, well, I think he just said that they were dead. They just died. I did this thing, but they're dead. And I'm still willing to procreate with this man and disregard the next woman or what he's possibly going to do to me in the future. She was taking out everybody. She was taking out everybody. Like, I think she was taking out her aggression on the wrong people. I couldn't disagree with Anaya not wanting to kill everybody they came across. Like, why are we going to be mad at that? Now, once we got to them twins, I was like, now look at here, Anaya. Once we got the daddy Sterling, I say, now, girl, man done showed you who he was several times over. Please don't believe this, but she wanted to. She wanted to think better of it, and Ray just happened to know better. But I need you to know better for yourself and what it's supposed to represent and who we're really angry at. We're not killing every man, child, and woman we come across, man. We just not. She was not okay. Now, was it his fault? Yes, but I don't want, two sons and another son and an unsuspecting preacher and all these other people to catch the strays from it.
Yeah, no. I felt it. I was with the anger. I was with kill everybody. Kill the store clerk when we get gas if he look at us wrong. Baby, I wanted us to burn the whole town to the ground. I for one loved the portrayal of Racine. I loved how this twin that was the least scarred on the outside was the most scarred on the inside. And I also loved her kind of juxtaposed to the trope of the angry black woman, you bitter black women, because I felt like she got a right to be angry. She got a right to be bitter. It's okay to be angry and bitter about things that happened to you that you had no control over. He was out for blood.
Well, how do you feel that? I think for the most part, we all thought like, okay, now this is where they walk away. They made her pay for this agenda and this vengeance. She had to go down with him. It's like, oh, you aligned yourself with the same type of violence that, you know, your dad had, and you had to go down with him for it. Like, she didn't get to walk away.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That was where the filmmaker lost me. I said, baby, you black. You a black woman. Why you did this to us? I feel like it was basically, I get, she was, in my opinion, kind of portraying it as you're no better than the evil you're trying to fight. Like, you're becoming the evil that you're trying to fight against. But I don't like that. I don't think she was becoming the evil she was trying to fight against. For one, her little monologue that I really loved when she was like, I want to call somebody ugly for once. So many people do it to me. It must feel good if everybody is doing it. Like, I felt like I understood and I got why she was so angry and why she was out for blood. When she said, God don't want nothing but blood. I love when she said that line. Babe, put this girl in more roles because she was great, first of all.
They said she's in I Love Boosters. I haven't seen I Love Boosters yet.
Oh, I haven't seen that either. Okay. Because I might, babe, please put her in some roles. Hollywood, don't do her. Don't do her, okay? Please. But I just felt like I needed her to be the twin that sailed off into the sunset. We already knew the whole journey that Anaya, you know, first of all, I will say she got on my nerve. That's just because I wanted blood. But I don't like that the portrayal of the nice, moral, innocent one is typically the dumb, like, not like, just because you're nice and that don't mean you got to be a big old dummy. I don't like that. But I personally felt like if you movie savvy enough, it was kind of obvious that by the end she was going to have to partake in violence, whether her sister was going to already be dead or just incapacitated. Because if you're the one that's so against it, I don't know. It just felt kind of obvious to me. I don't know how you felt, Tyra, that she was going to have to get blood on her hands.
That's the girl. It was that not the naivete for me that would like make me look at her sideways. Like, you know what we're about to partake in. You two are one and the same. There's no way that along this journey you're not going to get your hands dirty. You're getting your hands dirty just by being here in the first place. So we were waiting for it to happen. Yeah. I thought if anything we were going to flip it, and if anyone was going to get pulled into the fire, because if we're getting into just politics and just the real world, the sweet naivete really, you know, the morale doesn't prosper. The one who's out for blood, she's the one that's going to walk away. And that's the one who's maybe like, I got all the way here and it's like, you're going to have to sacrifice something. I thought she was going to have to sacrifice her sister. I didn't, you know, but they reversed it. And it's like, yeah, you have to pay for being over there acting like Sterling K. Brown. I say, oh.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I feel like I would have loved to see feminine rage, black feminine rage, where she isn't punished for that rage. Like, she to me, I get the filmmaker was trying to do something different and tell a different story and have, you know, show us in a different light. But to me, in the end, you did the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, I just hate the fact that she was put in like the same box as her dad, because you know what? Did she go a little too far? Maybe a little, but she was not in the same. I don't care what nobody says. She was not in the same categories. Baby, who see their kids dead and make a motherfucking sandwich? Like, come on now. Like, she was not in the same category as her dad. I felt like she had justifiable rage and anger. And baby, you spit in my face. You called my mama a ghetto or whatever she called her mom. My daddy burnt me. I'm scarred for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like there was justifiable homicidal rage with her character. And I just felt like I would have rather she not had to go down. I'm with you, Tyra. You know, you got to sacrifice. Maybe you got to cut your arm off, aka her twin. You like something you got to sacrifice. Like when Thanos had to give up the one thing he loved to get that last little stone. You know what I mean? Give me something like that.
Pushed her down because I do was like beating him down over and over, and he got to the point where he was clearly like, okay, like he's down, and it's like, oh, you went for the same vice that he did in you know, setting him on fire. That was a step too far, and now you have to go down with him.
See, I didn't think that was a step too far. I thought burning him alive was poetic justice.
Absolutely, but I'm saying that's what the movie.
Yeah. And I don't like that. Aleshea Harris, we got to talk, baby. You had me until the end. Because I just don't know why I had to do my baby like that. And if she had to die, I would rather she died like sacrificing. You know how you jump in front of the bullet? Like, be the sacrificial Negro for your sister. Like, I would have rather that
We could have. There was nothing redeemable about him walking in over those bodies, fixing his double cheese and ham triple meat sandwich with a bag of Lay's potato chips on the side with his house slippers. He didn't give a damn. There was nothing to savor there. He did not care. He deserved every bit of those flames. I thought we were going to walk off to the sunset.
And I also felt like he represented what I think happens where a parent doesn't necessarily love their kids. They love their kids as a reflection of them. When his kids is dead and he step over their bodies and the first thing he says, that twin right there, he was going to be somebody. Like,
I love those twins. I love when we got to the twins. Wait, do you have like a slide for them twins or?
Nah, girl, we done went through the characters, child.
Oh, I love those twins. I really like once we got to the house. That's okay. That's a little bit where I started to side eye Ray, because then that's when like the rage popped out. Like, oh, you've been up here living in the lab of luxury, and we've been down there. But I'm like,
she should be mad.
Still, you're mad at the wrong person. Your pain does not negate another woman's experience. We clearly see that even though it looks good and lavish on the outside, I'm still suffering, still enduring, still being abused. I knew that it was up when she had her hiatus and she didn't think to take them damn sons. She said, oh, you're already inflicted. You're already doomed. You've already been tainted. And I knew, that's how I knew that younger son, the little innocent twin, I knew he wasn't shit. She didn't even take him. She didn't even take him. But it's like, I'm still, how are we supposed to feel that this is her moment? She's like, I didn't plan. I didn't tucked away a few dollars here and there. This is my outs. This is my way out to get away from this life and away from this man. And here I have these two girls that I don't know standing in the way of that. Could I have known about your situation with your mother? Or even thought for a moment that he was lying when he said that you were dead? Do I think you're just here for money? Am I going to offer you the clothes off my back? Sure. But I really just want you to get the hell out of my way. I'm trying to save myself. And then the moment that I feel like you're a hindrance to that, I go to hell. You ghetto trash, trifling ass ghetto, get your... And then the spit was crazy. I say, oh, it's pumpkin in New York. It's flavor of love. So you don't spit. She say, oh, this bitch spitting. I said, oh, Lord, beat her down. Beat her down. She got to go. Violation. She has to go. But it's like, when you take that and we get her behind the vehicle and we presumably, I think she's dead the way we wailed on her with that damn rock sock, she's out of there. But what does that solve? There's just this expectation of, why don't you care? If you thought he was lying, if he was abusing you, if it was whatever, you're supposed to align yourself with God. You're supposed to be standing over here, and you don't have, the least bit of concern. Matter of fact, you probably ignored it for what lifestyle or whatever he supplies you. But once again, that's that like girls mentality. Don't have the expectation of a woman to maybe stand beside you, because she might not. She might just choose herself until she's afflicted, she's affected by it. And I say, oh, okay, no, I understand and I see it. But at the time she wasn't, and clearly Sterling told her what she wanted to hear, and we ended up spraying piss into shoes and on glasses. Yeah, you're here and you're tortured. I didn't understand why we have to identify with, oh, okay, yeah, you're righteous. Yeah, you killed that woman. What is killing Janelle Monáe going to do?
Yeah, when that scene first pops up, I thought she was going to frame Janelle Monáe way more sympathetic, as a way to get the audience to kind of start turning on the twin. Like, if she's doing stuff in a righteous way, kind of like I said, like, I'm on board with the violence, but it's kind of like if you see a revenge movie, but the person don't kill a child. Like, it's like the audience will side with the kind of bad agenda as long as the character doesn't go too far. And I thought this was going to be Racine going too far. But baby, we saw quick, fast, and in a hurry what kind of woman his wife was, because
but like that equates to death though. I didn't think it ass whooping.
This over the top ass movie, it equates to death.
But I like that, because then it's and you can tell that she was a woman who has endured even to the moment of her escape. She's like, normally I will be a workhorse. I'm not requiring anything of this husband who's abusing me, these sons. She yells like, get in here and put my bags in the trunk. Like, that's the least you can do. I've allowed this man to influence and raise you to the point that I feel like you're too far gone to where I'm trying to save. Like, you're not taking your babies. She said, no, they're gone. And I love the dynamic of us getting there. And it's like, oh, he's the good twin. He's the nice one. He's the one with morals. He's the safer option. No, his was just a bit subdued. It was very like, oh, like, you know, I'm the nice guy. Like, no. You're presenting as one, but deep down, that Sterling K was deep in them loins, and it popped out the moment that he felt threatened. And of course, you killed my brother. But all the while, you have Ray. What Ray lied? She said, "Fine. From this point on, you know, I'm not gonna kill or touch anybody, unless it's the dad who we came here for to get our piece of skin." And it's like, well, you brought me here and you said that it was going to be something else. In the moment that I call you out on not only you lying, endangering our life, but killing other people who have nothing to do with our agenda, you turn on me and act like you finna knock me out. I think she was also using the way that the sister was so heavily scarred as a battery in her back to commit her mission. Like, oh, don't call my sister ugly. We even meet her. She looking up somebody because, oh, you trying to call my sister. No, you wanted to pop off anyway. It's not just about them calling your sister ugly. You feel the way your sister looks and you just on go no matter who the hell it is. She just
But let's be real now, because did Anaya really think we could walk up in this man's house and murder him in front of his wife and kids? Obviously, it was gonna be casualties and war. You thought we was going? What you thought the brothers and wives?
Innocent, okay.
What you thought they was gonna do? Just let us kill? Either way it went. Let's say the wife wasn't running away. Let's say we ain't pretend to be strippers, and that was so weird.
Well, but let's say we ain't. I said, all right, Aleshea, hold on, okay.
Let's say we ain't do none of that and we just sipped tea until daddy came home. How the hell was we supposed to kill him with the wife? We had to do so. You know what kind of mission we're on. It ain't no way I think I could run up in Tyra house and kill her and her people that live there ain't gonna do nothing. That makes no sense.
Which is work. she was just really, she was sipping the Kool-Aid and she was naive. She believed what her sister said. And especially if you feel like there is no need. First of all, we didn't really come out here to just kill anybody, but God said it, so it's stone. But she said, bring me back my pound of flesh from your father. Make sure he's dead. Yeah, I didn't know that we were gonna go and kill everybody. We knew what type of time and Ray was on, but the sister didn't.
Because she an idiot. She didn't get oxygen to her brain. And I said this earlier in the live. Janelle Monáe character definitely represented classism. And she represented so much stuff. But yeah, F the family, F the sons, like, kill everybody as far as I'm concerned. Either way, you gotta die. Either you gonna die on principle because I'm mad that we grew up poor and y'all got this house, or you gonna die because I can't leave witnesses for you to go run and tell the cop. They give their our looks to a sketch artist. They gonna pick us up in 5 minutes because how many black girls run around with blind braids and burns? No.
I thought they represented, you know how many scenarios we see like this. And even when the mom sent us, I think he took up with some heifer in a purple house with purple. Like, we're still fixated on the woman. Like, you could have all the beef in the world with that dad or this man. But a lot of the times, if you're, let's just say somebody's cheating and you're going to go to the man first. Like, no, we're going to go to this woman. How you don't, like, Janelle Monáe didn't owe them anything. You would like for her to, because you're a woman. Like, you should understand. You've experienced his abuse firsthand, but you're standing here acting like you have no clue. Well, he did these things. Well, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you want me to do besides give you want this necklace, or like, but you standing in my way of getting my own freedom. Like, Janelle didn't owe them anything.
Okay, so I agree with you to an extent. Did Janelle Monáe owe them anything? No, she don't owe them anything. And I feel like under patriarchy, women are not come comrades. Like, she don't owe her nothing. However, baby, you should have just whipped on to the side of the road and went past us.
It was land, grass, and opportunity. All she had to do was go around.
We were not on a cliff. Like, baby, the way you should have went around like this was a zombie apocalypse. Like, the spitting on us, the calling the mama out her name.
The moment they played keep away with her, and that classism jumped out, and you ghetto just because I'm not like your dumb, burnt up ass mama who wasn't smart enough to get away. At least I know when to leave. She didn't know any better.
Technically, mama was smarter than you because mama left, but you took 20 years to leave. Vivica left much sooner. He came after Vivica when she left. So technically, my mama was smarter than you, ho.
She didn't go
But
far enough.
I'm with Racine. I'm killing everybody, men, women, and child. Like I'm burning the whole town to the ground for my revenge.
Okay. Don't do crime.
I'm sorry. Because all you had to do was swerve. Swerve. They was just sitting there. They ain't throw no rocks at the car. What's them little spikes that people throw in the road in the movie to burst your They ain't do none of that. Girl, if you don't swerve. Now we are going to get into the visual style of the film. I feel like personally, I thought the direction was on point. I thought the visual style was on point. I loved everything. The movie is just really interesting to look at. It's really fun to look at. It's really beautiful to look at. It's really unique to look at. I feel like there was so much symbolism in everything we were seeing on screen. It felt like attention to detail in everything we were seeing on screen. And I think that the visual style told a story in and of itself. Tyra, how did you feel about this directorial debut?
I thought it was great. That's why we thought the budget was higher. It looked expensive.
Oh, she did good on her budget. Yeah, I'm still shocked that it was only 15 million.
It looked expensive. Like I love the way that scene where they're like, I don't know. I think they're either pulling over to use the bathroom or they're having car troubles, and the brother shows up on the motorcycle, and we have kind of like that little chase sequence. I thought that was shot so well, and I loved how we were able to kind of. We shot the man, like each and every man, or just boy here for that matter, they were different, but everybody here was able to represent and align with men as a whole, even though the agendas were different. Like even when we get into Mr. having his tongue cut out, he knew what type of man Sterling K was and what he had done. But hey, on the low, I could still, facilitate a meeting and get you one last meeting with him. Why would you want to get him one last meeting with his girls? Are you crazy? But it's like, oh, what you mean? What you saying? You're saying a little too much. I'm gonna take your tongue out, and we're waiting and anticipating. Oh, somebody's gonna roll up eventually and make me pay for what I did. So I'm having somebody stripper hole come beat me up every Saturday night, so I can get my willpower and my strength up. I like that. Or even the way that we had you ain't shit, devil. We had the son. You had not seen. You ain't met this father. You ain't met this man a day in your life, but you're still pedestalizing him just like your mother and this woman. Like she's. When he was like, yeah, I nursed him. Titty milk. He was like, yeah, titty milk in the back. Like, you've done the same thing and spewed the same rhetoric into your own son to now he's on this mission running around with the goddamn hammer and the motor. It's like, what are you? And it made me laugh because he's on the same mission that you are. Like, you think you finna kill my dad? The man who, like, you ain't never met. You don't know him. Like, y'all ain't never met this. Technically, y'all don't know this woman. You don't know this woman, and she sent you out here on this mission, but it's just supposed to represent that overall. I think we did a nice job with the countryside, the vehicle of choice. Music was great. I think Moses Subney and someone else was over music, if I'm not mistaken. From what I saw, I thought the selection was really, really great. But this looked really expensive. I thought we did great, and you know how we can get when we try to get into carnage and some blood, and how we're visually going. Clearly, a lot of budget went towards these burns. Yeah, because they look really, really good. But when we got into the more so bloody aspect and these, like, okay, visually we whooping ass, but Janelle Monáe, we need you to lie behind this car. we ain't got the budget to show none of that. We're gonna kill him and make it bloody, but we're gonna throw him in this pool to make it even bigger. Like her, like hitting the brother, like in his, like I think she hit him in the trach. Like it was very selective the way we decided to do things. And then there's like this hot like summer. It looks very intense, whatever lens that she used. I thought it looked good. It looked like more than 15 mil.
It did. And I feel like there was like a modern but retro feel to it. It was like hints of blaxploitation type of style in here. Like it was so much layered in here. And I will say, I think my favorite visual, because violence. My favorite visual was that POV we get when Racine is beating the brakes off her daddy. That's my favorite. But I will say only one little thing I didn't care for, which was the twins after they end up fighting with Ezekiel, It's so much in here that I wish could have kind of been delved more into, because the way Ezekiel represented the men who exalt their daddy that freaking abandoned, like, bro, you don't even know your daddy. You know, it reminds me of this interview I saw where this girl was interviewing one of those incel red pill black men, and he had nothing but crap to say about his mom and grandma who stayed to raise him. But his dad who abandoned him, he was talking about him like he was Jesus Christ. But anyway, it's just so much layered into this film. Mm-hmm. But after he attacks them, he destroys their car. Mm-hmm. And we get this quick dream sequence where the girls are like in the field, they're hot, they come across like a water. That, we should have edited that out the movie for me personally. We don't get anything. It doesn't move the story. A dream sequence made no sense, because I know we twins, babe, but how the hell we both in the same damn dream? And then why is there just suddenly, it just felt out of place. Why is there suddenly a dream? There's no other dream sequence. I don't know. It didn't fit.
Mirage, and they were walking in the heat, because you know how you like, oh, we're in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Is that water? I thought it was like that, but then when we come out of the dream, I think they're on a bus. I was like,
yes,
bus.
Yes. Same, I agree. Like, if we was actually walking because our car got messed up, I could get, but when we wake up, baby, how are we both dreaming the same thing on the damn bus?
Twins. It's twinning. You know, that's that telepathy that they have going on.
That just bothered me so much. But I think this is a really good just masterclass on how to use it's a compliment that the movie looks more expensive than it actually was. Like, she definitely, the filmmaker and whoever the producer was helping her with like allocating the budget, they definitely put the money where the money needed to go. And Tyra spoke to the sound and the score. The music was good. All of that stuff worked really well. I think it fit the movie. I already said tonally for me, everything didn't necessarily work for me tonally. I liked when it was more kind of more serious tone. I could do a little kooky, but I'm not a kooky kind of, I don't know, that kind of don't work for me. But like I said, I think on rewatch, now that I know what to expect, it'll probably play a little better for me. But I felt like, man, this just felt like, it felt like this had a budget. And I just knew this was 40, 30, at least 30 million. Thematically, we've already kind of touched on a lot of themes here: patriarchy, generational trauma, generational curses. You know, I heard somebody say bloodlines can really be cursed. And I'm just like, hold on now, baby. Take me out the bloodline. Please don't curse me with everybody else.
Ray over there in that bloodline. I don't know.
All I will say, ladies, be careful who you have kids with, child. That's all I can tell you.
Well, you say that now. Tell me now. I mean, it's too late. I thought the social commentary was great. I think it offers a whole lot of leveled social commentary. I think it was just for how short it was, because I was like, the thing is, I wasn't ready for the movie to end. I was like, okay, so now we go back to say, Mom, you sent us out here, and what did they gain from it? I bought you back your pound of flesh, and I lost my sister. Like, why did you reach out to us? I thought we was going to have it out with Vivica, laid up in that bed, you know, because she was like, I'm about to die. That motivation, I'm about to die. It's my last dying wish. Like, girl, don't lay it at our feet. Don't do that. But just the themes of just man and God, I thought it was very creative. I like the translation of this from, I haven't seen it on Broadway, but you can immediately tell. It's like, is this a play? Is this based on a play? I think it's really hard sometimes to translate that to film, and you lose certain nuance because you want the idea of it being a play to just be non-existent. And then it's just like, oh, okay, we're going to sacrifice this just so it makes sense and in a movie way. I think she told like a fine line of it's still very much giving play, especially when the scenes where we have the twins talking to one another. But it still, for the most part, felt like a movie. This is a good movie. Like, it just really makes me mad that just based on the themes, a lot of people are seeming to pick up on the obvious. Like, they hate men. They in this movie killing men. They sent 2 daughters to kill a black man. Like, yeah. Absolutely. But it wasn't just, the killing of the black man. It's like the killing of the patriarchy and, social constructs and what this man just represents overall and the pain that he's inflicted. And now it's like coming back to haunt him with the pain that especially one sock-toting daughter is willing to, inflict back up on him, and how much, he really cares. Like when we did that death proof drop kick his ass in the middle of that house, and it was just bloody. I said, "Oh my God, we're whooping ass." I said, "Oh, the men's is not gonna like this scene." I said, "The men's is not gonna like. They're not gonna like this scene." Like, damn, it's just so. And then you'll take that and go, "Oh, this is just violent for violence sake. It didn't mean anything." It does. Every single moment in this movie means something, and that's a lot to ask for right now. Sometimes we just do stuff just to do them. Did we have to show all the blood gushing out of Sterling? No, but we did. We did. And it was required. That was that rage, especially when you have a sister that's just been so subdued and so sensitive at this point. Like now she's realizing, I have to fight. But when he pushed her and slapped her 500 times in that chair, I said, "Oh my, get the gun. Get the gun." Like, I don't know why it's wrong for us to want him like dead. Like, why? He needed to go. He needed to be obliterated, and he was in every single way possible. It's sad that the sister had to go with it, and because of it. But there's also the question of what kind of motion would this have created for her after this? Like, are you now going to have this vengeful, vindictive type of spirit moving forward? Like, how can you come back from that? And I think that's what our sister was supposed to represent, kind of like this conscience. But it's like, no. We don't even get to, kind of deal with that because, of course, she's deaded. But I didn't just see just I guess splatter or just nonsense here. I thought it was very thoughtful.
I agree, and I love movies with social commentary like this because the movie isn't preaching to you. I feel like the movie presents things and it lets the audience draw its own conclusions. It lets the audience say whether something is right or wrong, good or bad, or what side of the fence you stand on. And I just love that so much. I love seeing these two black girls kind of trying to reclaim their story. Like there is something that happened to them they had no control over, and now they're on this revenge mission where even if kind of misguided, the sister feels like being able to enact this violence will give her a sense of power that she feels she's lacking, a sense of power she feels was taken from her. I just feel like it's such a layered film. There's so much here. I wish it was like you said, a longer movie. I wish there was more time to really delve into so many things that's presented to the audience here. Because I feel like it's just so many like blink and you'll miss it kind of moments. I feel like there's so much layered here that a lot of people probably don't even get all of the layers and all of the nuance and everything. And it's definitely a lot more than just a surface level men are bad kind of movie.
Know what a lot of people didn't get, and I would love to know what you think about it. I see like as far as like commentary from what I just the little things I've seen, it was like we got all the way up until this point. I don't think a lot of people maybe cared for, we knew it was Sterling. Like, why did they hide Sterling? I thought that added to his mystique that we didn't see him for as long as we did. But it's like when we do finally get to have that sit down, all he has to say is, if she had just let me touch her. And we have, Vivica spew the same thing when she's doing her reenactment. Like, I couldn't let him touch me. And that was like, I felt like when he said that, it was so layered and meant so many things. Like, she wasn't allowing me to feel like a man. Like, he felt so righteous in doing something so heinous just because she didn't fulfill whatever purpose I felt was inadequate in myself as a man. And I took that out on her. But it's like, that's all he had to say. Like, I didn't think like the ends justifying the means when we finally got there to like sit down with him. I thought it was, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought the ends justified the means, but I thought the ends didn't justify the means at the same time, meaning the ends aren't supposed to justify the means. Like to me, he was basically saying, if I can't control you, if I can't have you be what I want you to be, you don't exist to me outside of your function to me. It to me, it was that's why I said so much stuff that's layered. To me, that was basically saying there was actually a study done that showed that if men don't find a woman attractive, they don't care about her well-being, even if she's a stranger. Like, men are more likely to help a woman if she's attractive. It pretty much goes to show that as long as a woman serves a function, even if that function is just you think to look pretty for you, men are willing to like have you around and you serve a purpose for them. Women don't exist as autonomous beings. His wife didn't exist, his kids didn't exist. No women exist to him as true whole beings. They only existed to him as to serve a function.
Yeah,
so once she won't let me serve that, she won't serve that function for me, I'm going to discard her. And he said it very calm. And that's what she was like, don't that sound crazy? No, that sounds perfectly rational to a man like him. That's what I took from it. I thought it represented, if I can't control her, I have to destroy her.
Yeah, it's right over, and it's also over there with that same, old rhetoric. If I can't have you, nobody can, because she was trying to get away. And then once we, I think for a certain audience who are watching this, they're like, oh, okay, he's really about to come in here with this energy because you killed his sons. Unlike you two, he brought these sons up. He's married, to Janelle Monáe's character. Like, he's about to come in. Maybe he comes in there. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Like, he didn't care. It's that same energy of little motorcycle helmet. You think I'm finna let you go kill the dad I've never met, that ain't never done nothing for me in my life? You ain't never, like, him and his proximity to you, and you both being male, or him bringing you up or not, that didn't change anything. He did not care about any of you. All of you were just vessels for whatever agenda he felt like he needed to fulfill to whoever he was with or who his companion was. In the moment that you're dismissed and I'm walking over your bloody body, I can just go off and make another one. Like, I can just go off and create another family. Like, it just wasn't that deep. Even down to sitting there with Ray and, you know what, I'm gonna let you get away with your life. You take your little baby that's growing and just go away. He didn't even see her as a threat, because I doubt that he would have tried to not Ray. Wait, which one? Ray is the little one.
Anaya.
Yeah, he didn't see Anaya as a threat. I don't think he would have gave that same option to Ray.
Yeah, and I think that also, to me, him treating Anaya like that, I agree with what you said, but her having a baby, him talking about his grandchild, I also think that's about his control and things being a reflection of him. Like, he sees kind of this prize. He still doesn't see her as a human being. She's still going to serve a purpose. She's finna give him a grandchild. So I agree. Vivica said she's always been, the weak one, or the soft one, the sensitive one, something along those lines. So I'm pretty sure the dad saw her the same way. So yeah, he didn't see her as a threat, but I feel like it was also just a double of, well, there's a function you can now serve for me. Now you can give me a grandchild.
Yeah.
But man, I just like, it's so much here. There's so much here. I love this movie. When I tell this movie ended and I was just like blown away, I still don't know why. I guess I won't say don't know, but I'm still just pissed off this movie bombed. But I will say, I kind of feel like, I know everybody wants to be real hoity-toity about theaters and theaters versus streaming. I don't see anything wrong with movies going to streaming. Nice. And I personally feel like a movie like this, and when I say a movie like this, I mean thematically, I mean it being Black, I mean it being a first-time filmmaker. I feel like, baby, go to streaming. Like, I kind of feel like go to streaming and find your audience, because it's so much to get people to go to a theater. Me personally, that's just my humble opinion. I just feel like go let it go, because when you think about it, a lot of our Black classics, they didn't do well in the theater. They became cult classics once they were available on VHS, once they were available, for rental. That's when a lot of stuff really caught fire. A lot of our Black classics don't do well in theater. But
then you gotta get into the day and age, like the way that this bombed and the way that like a Scary Movie 6 is all out, successful, and it's everything that everybody screams that they don't want. Not only was it a sequel, and it's God, it was so awful. But it's an audience like, oh, I just loved it. Like, this going to streaming, I think it would have freed up more of a budget to really push and have sit downs, with the cast and promote things that way, because I think it visually gets more eyes on it when don't discount number one on Netflix. Number one on Netflix has done, many things for a project. I feel like it would have had more success now in that way than it just being, that unfortunate film that nobody went to see. And if you're lucky, you'll catch it on streaming. I think we should have promoted it differently.
Yeah, I think the box office wasn't the place. Even if you take all the other aspects, I just kind of feel like, especially this day and age, and it happened in the 90s. You know, you had a Quentin Tarantino, you had you had certain directors who were kind of like rock star directors, famous directors. But I feel like in the last 10 years, the director is even more in the forefront these days. The way people used to show up for like a Will Smith movie, like a Tom Cruise movie, you used to have where you had these huge movie stars that were the draw. They are what got people into the theater. I feel like these days you go to see a film because of the director. Like a lot of directors are in the forefront now. So I feel like it's no one knows who an Aleshea Harris is. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like there was so much kind of stacked against the deck, in my opinion, to get people in the movie theater. Not only just what the film is, which is already going to be something that the masses aren't going to want to swallow, but it's also who is Aleshea Harris?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people go to see a Ryan Coogler's name sold Sinners. If Sinners was exactly what it is, but it wasn't Ryan Coogler.
What is the new movie that just dropped with Steven Spielberg? Is it Disclosure?
Like
nobody's going to like the day and age.
Day.
Yeah, the day and age of a name drawing you because it's Steven Spielberg, or it's what is that other movie that just dropped that was I don't know, that Star Wars franchise, that stuff I don't watch. There, those draw like it really has to like really align itself with this moment in like pop culture and really touch certain nuances with audience to something clicks and goes, oh, I gotta see that. This just wasn't going to be one of those. It had so much already stacked against it before it ever went to theaters.
Yeah. And I feel like in my opinion, we have a very follow the leader movie culture right now. And what I mean by that is, do you know how many times I see people say, oh man, you thought that movie sucked? I really wanted to see it. Well, go see it. Like, don't let somebody else tell you something sucked and you don't go see it. And then you have the people who go see something just because everybody's talking about it. Yeah. It's, like the new movie Obsession. Oh, once something catches fire, once something is going viral, once everybody is talking about a movie, then everybody jumps on the bandwagon. And to me, this just wasn't going to be that type of film where that word of mouth and that follow the leader and that, oh, that's the new hot film, let's go run and see it. I just feel like you have to look at the market that you're putting your film in. And I just don't think the theater was, because barely making 5 minutes, that's embarrassing. Going straight to streaming is not embarrassing to me. Going straight to streaming and letting your audience find your movie and, like you said, putting more budget into getting the movie out there and getting people to know about it, that's not embarrassing. And I know people like to act like streaming versus the theater, and theater is where the real films go. I don't agree. Like, it's 2026, baby.
No, because they use that same excuse. Let's just say this doesn't do well, or an I Love Booster says, see, that's why we can't. That next person who comes up with the Is God Is Part 2 or whatever their rendition of it, where that film wasn't successful, so we don't want to give it a theatrical release. Like, you know that, like, everybody gets one. You get one. Spider-Man, everybody gets one. You get one time to try to push your film and get it seen and have it set. And if it doesn't pop off, then that leaves them reluctant to want to push whatever your next project is. So, especially for a first time, I think she jumped off the porch in a big way.
She did. Very ambitious.
Very, very big. But just as, your first outing, little piece of cute streaming, would be cool. But now, who's to say, and I don't want to put nothing, at least I'm not putting it in the air.
Now, hold on, Tyra, because we got to fix that. I say black folk, because who is that girl from Euphoria with the big breast? She done had like 10 movies bomb, and she still get movies. So certain people,
we don't have that.
That's why I say, don't just say you can't get a second chance. Black folk ain't gonna get a second chance.
Oh yeah, we know that, but it's like if this it's all about the name and the draw. You talking about if this was Sydney Sweeney and Zendaya sitting here saying that they were twins, this would be a different conversation.
Cause I'm like, that girl, she gets to bomb a lot. Them movies be trash.
When you got white titties, you can bomb. Okay, this is a different case.
I can't. Not white titties.
Big white titties. When you got big white cleave, you can bomb a couple of times. Okay, you can be a little mediocre and get tried and true chances. Here, it's like one of them. They still be, who's that? Nia DaCosta. They still look upside her head all about Candyman. Like, well, you know that one time we didn't know, we don't really like what you did there. Like, we don't know if we can trust you. Like, Lord, let these people breathe.
That's what I'm saying. That was a perfect example. Candyman was how many years ago? That lady done did how many films since then? The only thing people love to say, that's why I'm like, I just feel like you are better having success, in my opinion. First timer, baby, let it go to streaming. Let it go to streaming. Put the money in the marketing. Put the money in going on the road, going to all the different YouTubers, going to let people interview you, going to let people talk about your film and all the different spaces people go to promote. Let the money go there, baby. Just go to streaming. Because they're going to be throwing like you said, well, you know, that last movie ain't make no, they're going to be throwing that in your face. But now, why Taylor Swift catching strays?
They love Taylor Swift no matter what. Mediocre. That's what he said in Mad Max. Mediocre. Get that mediocre mess out of here.
But we've already pretty much gone through the strengths and weaknesses of the film, pretty much our overall thoughts. I thought this movie was very, very well done. Loved it. Of course, I thought some of the strengths was the performances. All the performances were top notch. We have so much talent here. The twin brothers, like, we have so much talent in this movie. We have so much talent out here in general. I want to see more new faces. I want to see more actors getting roles instead of the same 5 actors playing in everything, because y'all already know the actress that I ain't even gonna name because I done said it 100 times, and if I have to see that girl one more time. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. This was just a great, well-rounded, well-made film. I feel like it had its weaknesses. It wasn't perfect, but for a directorial debut, for a woman who ain't directed traffic before in her life, she ain't never directed a short film, I thought this was so amazing. I will say, though, the biggest weakness for me is I'm really curious where the inspiration stops and where Aleshea Harris starts. There's so many other things that you can point to in this movie. Obviously, Tyra said Quentin Tarantino. There's just so many influences layered in here that I'm very interested in. What's Aleshea Harris's identity outside of those influences? Because I see so many influences, even Coen brothers. Like, there's just so many influences here that I can see. Like I said, I can, and I'm not even the biggest blaxploitation fan, but I can think of a few that I feel like this movie is kind of a nod to. Tyra, did you have any strengths or weaknesses you wanted to touch on?
If Pam Grier could have been the grandmother, this would have been in the pocket. It would have been in the pocket. Them just cruising down in that old caddy going down the road enacting vengeance was very blaxploitation. Thought she was gonna call somebody a honky. I think we already kind of, discussed the strengths. I thought everybody, even Janelle, did a good job. I thought everyone did a good job. I enjoyed all the fresh faces here. As much as we'll say that you need a name to push your film, unfortunately, I like that she didn't rest in that. And it's like, I want the spotlight to be on these 2, new young actors. Like, there wasn't too many, familiar faces here that would require eating up the budget because we had to get such and such here. No, I got these are the people who I have. And I feel like a lot of them were, inspired and wanted to support the film. Like, I enjoyed, a little leg work. Because I know Vivica and them Sterling. It's like, I'll take a little pay cut. I'll take it. That's enough. She said, "That's make it enough. That's enough, girl." I'm here for the themes in the film. I think she was able to shine through, even though a lot of this could be collectively familiar and inspiration. I think that the fact that she chose to go kind of surreal in some instances with it and have all of those tonal themes and shifts kind of had her shine through. I think she would have shown through even more if we wouldn't have gone for the obvious choice of the woman having to suffer for aligning herself with her dad's. Like, if they would have walked away, or we would have flipped it and Ray would have, unfortunately went down and it was like, oh my God, no. that would have sent it. But I think outside of that, I didn't mind the ending, but I think it would have like really went home if it was like, okay, well, damn. But choices were made. Weaknesses? Let me think. I wish it was longer.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish it was longer. I think, which is a lot to ask for here. How many movies you watched in the past year that you just wanted to end? Yeah, like is it still going? It's still going. I wish
that's the bad movies. This ain't one of those.
I wish it was a little bit longer. I really think it would have benefited the film for us to have her go and like I've endured. We went on this journey enacting this vengeance. Me, the soft one, the weak one, the shy one, I return and it's just me. Like, what do you I wanted them to really confront her with that, because she believed when the dad was like, yeah,
like a dummy.
He was like, yeah, she pulled you down, into the flames with her, and she, and it's just like, yeah, she really wanted to think the best of the situation when it was the worst and the worst. I thought by the time this brother that you just wanted to bare your soul to, because you understand my plight, you get it, like you're the one who's cast off.
We really didn't.
She really thought, she was like, I see you, twin, I see you, friend, like you get it. And the moment that that violence came to the surface, but we can also attest that you did just kind of stab my brother in his trach and kill him. So it's a twin for a twin type of energy. But she wanted so badly to think something of this demon, and it's like, baby, man, this entire film has shown you where it aligns and how we're going to stand together no matter what. Kill him now, but before he gets the upper hand. Like we can't be waiting on Ray to wake up. I need you to handle business now. All of that. But I think it could have benefited from us going to confront God with this task that you sent me on, and just to see like where she stands with it. Or for me, I don't know, maybe we could have got all the way there and she was dead already, and now we're just kind of left with tussling with these ideas in our head. I think a conversation needed to be had, but I don't think the film had too many other weaknesses.
Yeah, I would have definitely loved, like I said, to see the twins sail off into the sunset. I would have loved to see Black women not be punished for their justifiable rage. I definitely think the movie could have been longer. I know people like to say, oh, audiences have short attention spans. Baby, if you don't want to watch a movie, don't watch it. Don't make movies for people who don't want to watch a movie. I think the only hindrance to a runtime to me is, does the movie utilize the runtime or not? And I definitely think this could have been a 2-hour movie. I definitely think we could have benefited from fleshing some more things out. I would have loved more of Vivica, but I agree. I don't think there were a ton of weaknesses here. I just really don't. I thought this was a really, really solid debut.
How did you feel about the girls going to dance on their brothers and whatnot? Because people seem to have a real big problem with it. Like, oh, hey, I'll go with the ancestral themes. This is how did you feel about that?
First of all, they danced in the same room as their brothers. They weren't grinding on the brothers. The only time the sister got close to the brother was when she tried to lure him into the room to kill him. They was not bumping and grinding. Nobody felt nobody nothing. Okay? I didn't think it was that serious. I just thought seeing the twins do that was weird, but I didn't think incestual, that's their brother. I didn't think that was a big deal, child. I didn't. I think people gonna nitpick. Are people really making that a big? They didn't make out. They didn't kiss. They didn't grind.
I thought it was weird that the older twin or the larger one was more like, yeah, this is like, you see clearly two burn victims who said that.
Well, that tell you what kind of daddy he got.
Exactly, and it's like, oh yeah, he's seen. They here to shake some ass. I was like, what? It's our early, yeah, but our birthday is like in a month. This has dad written all over. He would just do something maniacal like this. Yeah, bring him in, girls. But you got to turn around. You got to throw that ass from the back, turn that way. We can't look at you throwing ass. Like, I was like, you really thought your dad sent these two girls here out of nowhere to do a little dance for you? Are you insane?
It was their birthday.
Man, please.
I will say this was the most like non-thought out plan to kill somebody, because we didn't try to pre-plan. Hey, when we knock on the door, They thought on the fly, yeah, we strippers. Like y'all didn't have a plan. Y'all didn't think, hey, what are we gonna do? And we knock on the door and people answer the door and we gotta wait. Like we didn't plan nothing out.
No.
Like we didn't plan like y'all. Come on now. And then you know what? This might be nitpicky, but something that did annoy me: how the twins just so happen to be Janelle Monáe size. Because they went in her closet and put on her bra and underwear.
All of them, all titties were fitting, all brassieres. Okay, I just left it alone. Even she points, it's like, twin, why your titties so big? Like you having a baby? Like why? First of all, why is everybody's titties fitting into the same lingerie?
Don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. It don't. Everybody cannot be a 36C. Like it's just not making any sense. They fit in her bra and her pants. They went in there to put on. Did they put her heels on too? They went into her closet.
Everything.
That annoyed me.
Asking all them questions, nigga. Don't be asking questions. The movie needed to movie.
You're right, but that kind of irked me. That kind of irked me. He was lusting after them, and I swore it looked like Racine was giving him some neck when they cut the neck scene. Girl, that did not happen. You making stuff up.
No, Danny, I know what moment. Like she's like coming up. It looks like I'm like, are you coming up from dropping it low, or are you coming up from head top? It's all about
in the middle of the party with all his friends.
Hey, it's just a question of what does she have to do to get him to be just, let his guard down and completely relinquish all power and lean back into it, so I can,
just dancing. I don't think it takes this moment.
It's like, did you, girl, you in there giving head? Oh my god!
No, that did not happen. I did think it was so real that what you think black folk do when all them niggas ran.
Oh hell no! They was gone. What loyalty? What love? What care? It's my best friend's birthday. Throw that ass. Yeah. Oh my god, this nigga dead. Oh, that's how we gotta get the hell out of here. Yeah, get out of here.
Because I'm gonna be honest, as I'm watching the movie, I thought she was getting in over her head. I said, baby, how you gonna fight all these men? Why you letting him stagger in there? Baby, they ran. She didn't have to work.
He said, I don't need these problems. I came over here to see a little dance. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah. It was so funny. But I feel like overall, y'all, please go see this movie. Go support this movie. We gonna have a fish fry in the back. We gonna have a collection plate. We gotta get some funds for Aleshea Harris and her film, because this ain't right. I'm being funny, but this hurt my heart because this movie did not deserve to bomb like it did. Y'all, come on now, y'all. Come, folks, why we ain't show up? Where all the cinephiles? Where all the people that claim they want original storytelling? They tired of the IPs. They tired of the sequels and the requels and the dequels and the dipquel. They tired of all the cools.
Cool.
Where was y'all at? Where was y'all at? Because y'all wasn't in the theater. It's available to rent on Prime. Go give them your little $14.99 and support this black lady so she can make another film. Let's get Vivica A some more work. Sterling K. Brown is a good Negro. He gonna stay working. We gotta make sure these black actors keep working. We gotta make sure Aleshea Harris can do another film. Pass the collection plate around. Let's get her some funds, okay? Because this ain't right. Them investors need their money back that they put in this film. You got any final thoughts? I'm being fun. This is no shade because I love this movie and I love these people, but I'm just being funny. Tara, you got any final thoughts?
I thought this film was really good. I'm looking forward to whatever she does next. I think she's one to watch. Like, I'm hoping that I don't know. I'm hoping that her expectations were moderate and she was just happy for the accomplishment. I was reading up on her life and obstacles and certain things that she endured up until this point. So this is really, really major for her. So I'm hoping that success, in being here is more than enough on its own, and it doesn't discourage her or discourage anybody else from trying to work with her or pour into her projects because of whatever happened with this film. And we just kind of focus on the talent and what we were able to do with this premise and everything else, the direction, the writing, all that. Like, get that lady some money. Get that lady some money.
I think she said she was like on food stamps and at a really low point when she even wrote this. I think she's probably happy, but my concern is we know how Hollywood do our folk. Like if something don't do well,
I'm telling you, If something don't do well, if you're problematic, they're gonna put you over there in their Misha Green box. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Like I'm hoping to really see more of her. I thought this film was great. I think it's one that to add to your collection. It's a think piece. Like support the film, even if you don't want to go to the movies. Go on and purchase it on streaming and run it up and tell your friends to watch Is God Is.
Please tell them. And I feel like don't be turned off by the fact that I feel like this is a thinking film, but it's also just a fun, good time. Like you can think into it thematically and symbolically, but if you don't want to, it's still just a fun surface level movie. Like it's still just a good film if you don't want to think too far into it. But thank you guys so much for showing up for us and being here for our live. This was a good time. I got kind of back into the groove because y'all know, back like I never left. Tyra, do you want to tell the people what you have coming up, what you're doing, what's happening in the struggle, where they can find you, how they can support? Y'all know Tyra said that she dropping the mic. She about to be out. What's going on, Tyra?
Don't be selling. Don't be selling
Black album.
No, be on the lookout. I'm thinking about doing an upload for the latest episode of Raising Kanan. Regardless, we are probably going live tomorrow to talk about the latest episode of Raising Kanan. Y'all know Sunday From drops, the Vampire Lestat drops. Depending on what the Vampire Lestat is doing, might do an upload for that as well. Just support the videos. If y'all not supporting the videos, y'all not running them things up, I ain't doing them.
I hope everybody, well, you know what? Not everybody. Only the descendants of chattel slavery. I hope you have a good Friday. I hope you have a good weekend. If you got 2 Black parents and 4 Black grandparents, I hope you have a great weekend, a great Friday, a great Juneteenth. Remember, knowledge is power, because them slaves ain't know they was free till 2 years later. So go out there, get your knowledge. Thank y'all, and we'll see you in the next one.